has completed 186 projects with an estimated value of $765 million. Today, 58 roadwork projects are under construction with an estimated value of nearly $794 million. So move on into the catch basin update. Our ARPA catch basin cleaning program is underway now. CES is the contractor. This contract is through March, and it's approximately $1.2 million in value. You stumped me here. Okay. Drainage improvements include, up to date, as of yesterday, 100,000 drain lines have been cleaned. Debris removed to date is 1.2 million pounds. Catch basins completed to date is 2,200 catch basins. The total drain lines assigned are 389,000 linear feet. The total number of catch basins assigned are 3,720 catch basins. And the laterals that have been completed to date, that's the drain line that connects the catch basin to the main drain line, is 29,000, almost 30,000 linear feet. Along with our ARPA contract, we do in-house drain cleaning. We have average 3 daily crews per day that handle drain cleaning and vacuuming of the drain lines. On average, our crews clean 400 catch basins, 200 drain manholes, and flush 8,000 linear feet of pipe per month. During inclement weather, an additional rotating crew is added to the catch basin cleaning. This crew that we add generally manages pothole repair and maintenance of drainage ditches on dry days, but we use them during the wet weather to assist with the catch basins. To meet this increasing demand, DPW is fast-tracking internal staff hiring and training. We're working with civil service. We have positions approved, funding is in place, and we're actively recruiting staff, equipment operators, and laborers so that we can get a couple of more crews out on the street as soon as possible. Data from 2024 projects will be uploaded into our asset management system to target maintenance efforts to city hotspots so that we can maintain this effort that ARPA is helping us with now through the future. For community engagement, it's crucial for residents to partner with the city in maintaining the cleanliness of catch basins. By taking ownership of the area in front of their homes, residents actively contribute to the overall cleanliness and functionality of the drainage system. Ways that the public can help. Cleaning in front of the catch basin in front of their house is a task that anyone can do. We ask residents to use rakes, brooms, even gloves to remove leaves and debris from the area. It's a small effort that can have a significant impact on the overall cleanliness of the city and the drainage system. We ask, though, that residents do not lift catch basin lids. It's made of heavy metal and may crush fingers or toes if used improperly. You can learn more at catchbasin.nola.gov. Okay, moving on to streetlights. The city DPW rather, maintains 54,000 streetlights across the city. 4,300 of those street lights are on the interstate. So far this year, we've repaired 1,689 outages, that's including interstate and local roads. We've reset 198 leaning poles, installed 44 new poles, and retrieved 67 knockdown poles. Currently, there are 27 sites with major repairs in progress that will impact 248 lights. 4 to 6 daily crews are addressing streetlight repairs citywide. These are contractor crews. We do not do streetlights in-house. It's 100% contract. The priorities include, of course, the interstates, RTA bus routes, lights near schools, high foot traffic areas, streetcar lines, We work with the district attorney's office in high crime areas. We also focus on large gatherings such as shopping malls and churches, and of course the high crime. The city also maintains the 4,300 interstate lights. Outages due to DOTD projects currently are 325. Recently, power has been restored and lights repaired on the Pontchartrain Expressway between South Broad and Carrollton, I-10 in New Orleans East from Bullard to Gannon, I-10 eastbound between Dumaine and Gravier, I-610 eastbound between Henry Thomas Drive and St. Bernard Avenue. This was approximately 66 lights that were restored on April 17th. And east and westbound on the high rise recently, a couple of weekends ago, were completely restored. All lights are in working order on the high rise now. There are 433 lights on interstate and underpass lights that have been returned to service this year. 459 interstate lights still require repair. Looking ahead, we're collaborating with the DOTD on a regular basis. They're the responsible party for the interstates. We have to work with them to schedule lane closures so that we can do repairs on the interstate. The next portions of the interstate that are planned for repair are I-610 eastbound between Paris and Elysian Fields. This was delayed recently because of police escorts were not available, and the availability of the state police. They were not able to close down the road, and there was some concern about university protest. We're also moving on to I-610 westbound between Elysian Fields and the London Avenue Canal. That's scheduled for tomorrow, May 8th. I-610 westbound between Canal Boulevard and the 17th Street Canal, and the Pontchartrain Expressway between Metairie Road and the train tracks. Some challenges that affect us with the streetlights. Theft, it's a big problem. It includes an increase in vandalism that are targeting electrical assets, and of course, the wire infrastructure, the copper wire in particular. The supply chain, it takes 20 weeks or longer for us to get some of the products, including the light poles themselves. State law, and adherence to state law requires that the DOTD approve proposed lane closures needed for streetlight repairs on the interstate. We must submit a permit request to the Department of Transportation and wait for their approval. I do want to say that they have stepped up their game a little bit, and they're working with us more closely. They're allowing multi-day closures now, where in the past they hadn't. So there is a joint effort between DPW and the DOTD to get our lights in working order. We also coordinate, of course, with the DOTD and with Entergy. There's been some construction issues on the interstate system with the sign projects. Those are wrapping up, and we should have more access to the interstate in the coming months. And of course, the contractor constraints. Like I said, we do 100% of these repairs by contract, and of course they work with us as much as they can, and they are ready to assist. Sometimes the number of crews out on the street fluctuates, but they do provide a minimum of 4 crews for us, and like I said, work with us as much as possible. To enhance communication and transparency on repair progress, we're introducing some new tools. Introduction of a new interstate streetlight status map, enabling residents to track the status of specific areas along the interstate and the number of lights affected. This will be available for download on our website in the coming weeks. Updates to DPW's website are forthcoming this summer that will provide greater transparency on repair progress along the interstate through an interactive map. And of course, staying informed. We encourage residents to text roadwork to 77295, and you can follow the link to include your address in profile. This will provide information for any closures, any road closures, any upcoming construction work. By implementing these measures, we aim to improve communication, transparency, and efficiency in addressing streetlight repairs across the city. We appreciate your patience and understanding as we work towards enhancing our streetlight infrastructure. And then I'd also like to bring up, I think golf carts have been on a lot of people's minds, and they've become more visible in the right-of-way. So I'd like to emphasize the reasons behind upcoming regulation and legislation and provide clarity on the enforcement measures in place. First off, golf carts are enjoyable for recreational use. They lack the necessary safety features for street operation. Our city strictly prohibits the use of golf carts on New Orleans streets to ensure safety for pedestrians, motorists, and cyclists. These safety measures are in place to prioritize public safety and minimize the risk of accidents. Now, concerning low-speed vehicles, these are approved and safe. In contrast, the low-speed vehicles are equipped with essential safety features, making them suitable for street use. The vehicles must comply with regulations, including the possession of a VIN number and state-issued license plate, ensuring adherence to traffic laws. Enforcement of parking regulations for the LSVs maintains safety and order on our streets. Concerning enforcement and accountability, understanding the consequences of violating regulations is vital for public safety. LSVs must penalties such as fines and legal action are imposed for the unlawful operation of golf carts or LSVs. Accountability is emphasized particularly for driving under the influence and causing accidents. Parking regulations for the LSVs. They are required to follow the same parking regulations as standard vehicles to maintain pedestrian safety and traffic flow. Strict enforcement of parking infractions ensures compliance and reduces hazards on our streets. And now concerning commercial use restriction, both golf carts and LSVs are prohibited from engaging in commercial activities, including taxi services or transportation for hire. Violators of these restrictions face consequences, reinforcing the importance of compliance with regulations. And the key features of the LSVs, they're equipped with essential safety features, including headlights, seat belts, mirrors, advanced braking systems, and that enhance overall road safety. These features improve visibility, awareness, and collision prevention on our streets. And to understand the distinction, the knowledge of differences between the LSVs and golf carts is crucial for safe transportation. Choosing LSVs over golf carts prioritizes compliance, safety, and well-being on New Orleans streets. Understanding these differences between the golf carts and LSVs is vital for community safety. By adhering to the regulations and opting for LSVs for transportation needs, we ensure compliance, safety, and well-being for all residents and visitors in Orleans Parish. In closing, I want to express my gratitude to the media for your engagement and attention to these crucial matters affecting our community. As we continue to make strides in improving infrastructure and safety protocols, your support and coverage play a vital role in keeping our residents informed and involved. Together, we are committed to building a safer, more efficient, and resilient Orleans Parish. Thank you for your time, and I look forward to continued collaboration.
All right, so we'll start with you, my friend.
Is it just 2 questions max, or 2 questions each person?
2 questions each person.
Okay, awesome.
With a follow-up, and if you have anything after that, you can send it in.
Okay, so just to clarify, question.
But naturally, we'll go one way this way, one way that way.
Perfect. Okay, so golf carts and LSV vehicles, they can be used kind of like by your own, or not golf carts, but LSV vehicles, those can be used kind of with your own free will, but not commercially.
That's correct, not for transportation for hire or as a taxi cab service.
And then just one question. Would you say that even with all the updates that about 45%, 75% of interstates still unusable and causing significant public safety issues?
I wouldn't say it's unusable. There are a substantial number of lights that are out, and we're working to repair those. Yes, lights are placed there for an important reason, and we want to get them back on.
My friend Justin.
You mentioned the 3 catch basin crews. Those are in-house crews on top of what contractor is doing, is that right?
That's correct.
And is that contract ongoing? Is it CDS, you said?
Yes, there are 2 contracts. They're divided by council district, and both of them are ongoing, and they'll continue through March.
Through next month?
Yes.
Yeah.
You talked about some kinds of increases in both staffing and funding for the in-house catch basin. Can you provide some more details on funding, new personnel?
The funding is coming through the Infrastructure Maintenance Fund, and it's allowing us to hire personnel. We're looking at hiring several equipment operators and laborers so that we can form more crews to work on the streets. They can be used either for drain line and catch basin cleaning using our vac trucks, or other types of repairs such as potholing and grading.
Is there going to be, I guess I'm thinking post-ARPA project, is there going to be a new goal for the number of catch basins you clean in a year? Or is there going to be any changes to the maintenance program that you had before the ARPA project?
Well, we're trying to increase capacity so we can clean more than 400 catch basins a month. That's what the intent is with the new hires. Haven't really set a goal. Obviously, our numbers will be affected when the contract is no longer in force. But the ARPA money is a one-time funding, but we're looking at doing this on a regular basis annually with a maintenance-type contract.
Carter.
Hi, can you walk me through the golf cart enforcement? Who's going to be doing that? It's going to be proactive, reactive, and you mentioned the fines. What type of fines and what amount?
All of those details are being worked out now. We have an ordinance that's going to the council that's only in draft form now, and revisions are being undertaken by different departments that are affected. Right now, the Ground Transportation Bureau is part of the Department of Public Works. Enforcement, we have some council-approved enforcement capabilities, but we are not officers of the law, so more discussion to follow.
So that would be going in-house and not through NOPD? Is that the proposal right now?
It's the GTB will stay in DPW at the time, but will require NOPD assistance.
Does anybody have any follow-ups? One follow-up?
On the catch basin and the minor drainage system, how often do you think that that should be maintained? Or, you know, of the 72,000 catch basins, how often should they be inspected and maintained?
I mean, I'd like to see them maybe once every 5 years at least. But I will say this, like the ARPA contract, what we did was we created a heat map which focused on flooding areas and also on 311 calls, which is the system that we get our information from the public through. And those areas are being cleaned now. The initial areas that were done received little to no complaints after the most recent rain events, so we know the system is working. So I think that we have to think about a plan that's feasible for the city based on manpower, based on funding, and that, you know, we're not at that point right now, but it's something that will evolve through the year.
Do you have an estimate as to how much
Joseph,
that might
Joe,
cost?
or Joseph? One follow-up. Joseph?
That's insane. It's a simple question.
You can send it in an email. Joseph?
I have a question about the maintenance workers and the laborers.
Uh-huh.
You said the city has said there's 27 of those positions.
Yes.
The fast tracking you're doing now, are you looking to add to the 27? Or are you looking to fill open positions within that 27?
No, the funding that we got is additional staff. So yes, we have vacancies within those 27 that we need to fill, but we also have added, I think it's 8 equipment operators and the same amount of laborers.
Carly, did you have one follow-up? Did you have a follow-up?
There was some. Okay, yep, I do, have fun. So a previous statement from the administration said that y'all were looking at towing any illegal golf carts that run the street. Is that part of the toolkit in addition to giving tickets?
Yes, it will be once the ordinance and all of its details are in effect.
So like, you see a golf cart, you tow it, or is there a ticket and then you tow it, or what would be the proposal there?
The golf cart is not a licensed vehicle to be on the street. It would be considered an obstruction, so it can be towed.
Thank you, guys. If y'all have any additional questions, you can send them in an email.
Okay, I thought we got one more round of questions. Was that our follow-up?
Everybody asked 2 questions in the first round, so that was it.
Is there any particular reason why you're putting this ridiculous cap on questions?
Sorry, I had a question
Great.
about streetlights. Sorry, I thought we got one more round.
Okay. Thank you.
Absolutely, thank you. Thank you.
Respectfully, everybody asked 2 questions that first go around, and then that's whenever I allow the 1 round for the follow-up.
You don't always get the
That's
entire,
our
you don't always get the
I know.
entire answer in one question, though.
I'm
You
just
know, you
worried.
have to ask
These are instructions that
additional
were given
follow-up
to me
questions.